Hi everyone, this is Sabrina Rangback. Thank you for joining us for Winning Wednesday. I am a surgical PA as well as a peak performance mindset consultant. Here today, welcome Dr. Christopher Emdin. How are you, sir?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Thanks, Sabrina, for having me on here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for joining us and taking time out of your schedule. So let's quickly describe Dr. Emdin. He is a dental doctor. He actually is in Texas with us. He went to UT Arlington, and I believe you're currently in Arlington practicing dentistry as well, correct?
Yeah, right in between Dallas and Fort Worth. A few miles from Arlington, Bedford. Yeah.
Awesome. So he actually got his undergrad degree in biological chemistry. I know that's definitely not something I'm good at. I remember myself taking orgo. That's about it. And then he advanced in his education into Baylor Dental School. And after that, he actually got into a residency program in dentistry. I know many dental practice do not require residency, but he wanted to pursue more knowledge. He was just so hungry for the hands-on practice. Then 2 years after he became a practitioner, he opened up his own clinic. Congrats.
Thank you. Awesome.
Awesome.
It's been great so far, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And then I know you are very much into personal development, health and wellness, as well as maintaining a good balance with being the best clinician as you can and be able to spend time with family. So let's jump right at it. Our interview are with the goal that for people to share their journey in life, their struggles, how they overcome that, and how we can all become the best version that we can be as a healthcare professional and as an individual, enjoying both work and life. All right, let's get started. So Dr. Emdin, would you like to share with the audience what really was some of the moments that you have happened in your past that you feel like dentistry is really your true calling that become your passion?
Yeah, so when it came to, let's say, dentistry, I would definitely say it's when my mom took me to Sierra Leone. So that's where she's from. So it's a small country in West Africa. And she took me there when we were 13. And I was just able to see individuals there and how they lived. And I was saying, wow, there was definitely a need for not only healthcare, but specifically dental care. They had a lot of people with toothache, a lot of people you could say had missing teeth. And so my mom just started asking me and my dad, what would you like to do? And from there, I was like, all right, I think dentistry is it, you know? So from then on, I really just went with that as far as dentistry being it. From that day, it was 13 years old. I was around in 7th grade. And it was in Africa, I really decided, hey, this is what I'm going to do. And so I pursued it from there.
Yeah, that's an awesome experience. You get to travel, you really see the need out there, and also thinking about how you can provide care with creating a new mission in life for yourself in such a young age.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So when you picked when you were in undergraduate study and going into a graduate dental school, anything while you're studying that you felt like, yes, this confirms my decision?
Absolutely. So when it came to dentistry, it was a whole mixture of, you know, science and art. You know, it's like you could put something together that your mind thought of. You know, it always used to be between medicine and dentistry. You know, the parents were like, which one do you really want to do? And with the dentistry, I really saw that you could actually do something with your hands and see it after it's gone. So I remember it was about the second year of dental school. where I now saw I was able to do that. You know, you do so many projects in the school, and you just seeing that, hey, there was no tooth here, and now I made a tooth out of wax. That was an awe moment for me. That was huge. And then, of course, in the third year where we were able to do it inside the mouth, that really is solidified it. Like, hey, not only do I think this is something I can do and it's my calling, but I could actually be pretty good at it as well. So that whole mixture of the science aspect of it, the materials, how you use it, and then putting it together to make something new, I would say in the second year of dental school, I really built a huge liking for this dentistry. And I know that's pretty late into the game. I better like this one sooner.
It's okay to be late. Better than never, right? Like
better than never. That's the truth. That's the truth. I know some probably it's never. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm not sure about you or our audience. There are plenty of people who got into medicine thinking it's a good reputation you can build for yourself, plus the financial stability. However, some of them would drop out after a few years, or even they got their license, they completely change career field because they're not deeply connected to it. For some other people who've gone through a whole training and realizing it's really not what they want out of life.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Even to piggyback on that too, I noticed that, you know, sometimes even it may get tiring when doing the dentistry or repetitive. Like, hey, I'm just doing the same thing. I'm telling people the same thing. But then when you go learn new dentistry, oh my gosh, I go learn orthodontics. That changed my passion and drive for this field. Right now, I'm learning like full mouth reconstruction. Like say people who have grinded all their teeth away until they're like flat, how to restore that. Oh my gosh. And it's so intriguing that it rebuilds the passion that even if it's dwindling, it still can come back, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's a part of, I'm not sure if you ever heard of Brendon Burchard. He talks about when you're looking at any opportunities in life, you not only thinking about your input in life, means the typical money, time, your energy, your how much value you're giving into this opportunity, plus last one, sanity, right? Like we have to balance off our mind. But your output is not just return on investment, which most people want that instant gratification. So all they look at is the instant return on investment. But everybody in life, it should also be, is something you're doing producing your future value, not just the immediate return.
That's the truth. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know you listen to Jim Rohn as well. And he says something so simple, but it's so inspiring to me. And he says, if you want more, you simply must become more. You just must become more. So if I'm going to be the same person today because we didn't invest, let's say, in myself and what we can do in career and leadership, anything, mental health, whatever you want to classify it as, if I didn't invest in that, what would I be in 3 years from now? You know, I wouldn't have become anything more than what I was today or yesterday, you know? So I fully agree with that concept. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yes, because if we are not creating a future, then we actually don't know where we're going in life. You're just spinning around in the same cycle and not producing anything that's more challenging or even more exciting to keep life fulfilled.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Besides the return on investment and future value, he also pointed out two things. And one thing you already mentioned is that personal growth, to continue to be that better version of ourselves, not only for ourselves, right? But it's also for everybody who are around us, our spouse, our parents, kids, your friends, and the patient and your team that you're taking care of as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, definitely. Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I fully
And then
agree,
the
100%.
Yeah, exactly. And then the very last one is lifestyle, right? We're talking about the whole goal of this interview is on creating quality of life, the work and life balance. And if we don't really able to achieve that, it's more like, okay, we're just working, working, working. Yes, we're providing services, but we're actually not creating anything that we can sustain ourselves.
Yes, yes. So I love how you say that because, I have a coach for a dental coach. And there's one thing he always says, and he's like, it's life first and then work. So I know a lot of people are like, hey, it's the work-life balance. You work first and then life. And he's like, no, it's life first and then work. He's like, hey, it's January 1st. Plan out your vacations. If you want 3, if you want 2, if you want to take off the whole month of September, however it may be. If you want to, have faith this way, if you want to spend this much time with your spouse, he's like, make your vision and make it clear at the beginning and then make your work schedule around that. I said, wow, that concept alone, I didn't know because my parents worked in order to live. It was a complete mindset shift. So that was huge. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the generation above us, that is the very traditional way of learning and living because that's the industrialized era.
Absolutely.
So they put in so much for everybody else, for their company, for their work, to build up that reputation, to be able to make a living for the rest of us. So they don't actually think about themselves at all.
Right. No, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. Well, thank goodness for our generation, right? Millennials, yes. All right, good.
Well, I think millennials, the good thing is we are able to now looking into different aspects of life. We are able to say, hey, if I do have high quality, high standard for myself and for everybody else around me, then I should step up into that standard and also not allow any negative influences to affect our life. On the flip side of that is the society right now is keeping us way too much of instant gratificationers.
No, absolutely. Because information is so quick to get. Facebook and social media, it's so quick to post, and it's an automatic feedback.
So I know going through grad school is definitely difficult, and I had an experience where you felt like the school control your whole time being, study, labs, going to clinicals, and you study and take a quiz. So from all that stress that you're experiencing in dental school, how are you able to managing that? Has someone been helping you, or what is the support system that you're able to build for yourself at the time?
And so that was at the time in dental school, right? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. So and it's a good way that you asked that question. Back then, it was definitely my parents' support, their love. It was during a time where I didn't feel I deserved possibly to even move forward in that of the dental career. I had one semester, I don't know what it really was, but I was not performing well, and I became very jealous. I was questioning my intelligence because of the people who I was around. Oh my gosh, you meet people from all over the place who are very competitive, smart, and they perform well. And so, yeah, there became a time where I just did not perform well, and there was a series of tests. We can have up to 13 tests in 2 weeks, with quizzes, tests, lab, practicals. And there was one time I really had one. It did not work well. So by the time I got home, I wanted to for sure give up. And I called my parents and said, I won't be going the next day back to dental school. I'm sorry to let y'all down, this and that. Yeah. Then my dad came and picked me up, from the ground. I was slouching, my whole body. You could just, everything, it had shut down. He really picked me up. And that day, after he picked me up, he said, just show up one more day. just go one more day, you know? And that one thing you said, I went back, I mean, there was no turning back really from there. So that family support, that moment of weakness, you know, I can never forget. If not for that, I don't think I'll definitely be a dentist. Oh, I wanted to leave so bad. I was going to pack up. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you
That's
so
my
much
story,
for
right?
being like vulnerable and sharing that story with us, because you know, I think most people have at some point of their career or school feel that self-doubt, feel that I might not be as smart as someone else. How come everybody else got this or they're able to push through, but I'm having difficulty? What we don't see is actually probably everybody is feeling the same way. Some people just show it better, and some people just be able to hide it better, or able to, just like you, found that support group to hold their hands so they're not struggling by themselves anymore.
Right. Absolutely. I think one of the worst things to be in this world is to go through it by yourself. And to think that it's really just you that's producing any success that you may have. I think it's a misthought for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then I really love it that you brought up your dad. It seems like he's someone who has really gelled and really supported you and then challenged you just one more day. It's not that, yes, it could be you had multiple testings that's really hard all at one time, but maybe the next one, it is better. Like life itself, it is that way. When you started your dental clinic, probably you've gone through a lot of hoops and I had to learn about legal issue, how to find a location that's the best, rental, inspection, finding or even buying equipment, right? But you didn't give up. You built a clinic.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, so, I mean, initially, like you said, like my dad is definitely my rock for sure in this life. If there's one word I can use to describe him, it'll be sacrifice. It probably took a total of 3 vacations. And those vacations he took, one was because his sister passed away. The other 2 was to go for family events. But he won't leave my sister and I until we completed school. Like, he paid for our undergrad. I mean, the list goes on and on. My mother too as well. So I stand on the shoulders of giants for sure in that realm. I admit it. So I had an advantage. Yeah. And then as far as the clinic, you know, I have a bias too, is that I know there's so much opportunity here. The education that I was able to receive was outstanding. Now that I've compared that to other people, the location and opportunity that I was able to, let's say, obtain a practice, and the group of people that I had around me, let's say when purchasing a whole office and building it up, like I said, again, I can't say, hey, it's because of me that this happened, but because of the people who have supported me and really helped me to progress. I'm so thankful from my coaches all the way to my equipment rep, you know what I mean, all the way to the patients and families that I see. So it's really a feeling of thankfulness. I'm so grateful. Gosh.
Awesome.
Thanks so much.
So as you're advanced and now practicing your art in dentistry, any events that you felt really connected to you, with whether it's with your patient, with your coworker, that brought joy to you?
Oh, so many. One as little as, let's say, with the team that we have, you know, it's 3 of us, and something as simple as the credit score for the people who work with me has increased by, on average, at least 40 points.
Wow.
Just for working. So this is beyond dental. This is just with the team really knowing that, hey, I want to be able to probably show them something I wouldn't have known or teach them something they wouldn't have known. And so that they're growing in other aspects of life other than just career or just being here. Patient-wise, that's so many. It's hard for me to even say because the amount of families that we've come close to. One that sticks out to me is one whose the daughter actually passed away. And then she now said there was no way she can get out of her mind that this happened. Depressed, she tried counseling, all different church and faith groups. Nothing worked. And guess what worked for her? She's on a skate group. She did rollerblading. It's out of this world. So what she did, she had a rollerblade party that she invited us to. And so we went and we saw her perform and we were like, what? Wanda, what are you doing there? She knew how to skate so well. And she's like, this is what saved her from the depression of losing the child.
That's wonderful.
You even forget what it is you did dental-wise. Now it's more of the relationship. And then you can't forget these type of relationships that are built. There's so many of those stories I can really share. It's more than just a dental practice here. It is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. So what I hear you saying is that truly dentistry for you is relationship building, is building that community that you're able to serve and support them, not only to keep them healthy from a dental standpoint, but also a holistic way to actually get to know that person, knowing they're struggling, but seeing that their life is changing in a better way.
Yes, completely. That was a very good way of paraphrasing that whole thing. Thank you. Very good, Sabrina, exactly.
Feel free to use that.
Good. Yeah. Thanks.
Awesome. So despite all of us who find joy, find satisfaction, fulfillment in our life, there are going to be tough moments and stressful moments, things that will make us kind of kick us off the bandwagon sometimes. So what are some things that you do on the daily or weekly basis that keep your momentum going, keep your energy going?
Yeah, no, for sure. So I have a coach too for health as well, like a health coach, so on the day-to-day basis, I have to kind of check in. So I'll check in, I'll wake up, let's say around 4:00 a.m. and then I'll do prayer. I'll do a reading and then I kiss my wife. I drink at least 1 bottle of water and then immediately I get out and go to the gym. So that's just a routine. And sometimes if I'm off that routine, I can feel it in the day. But that routine of the prayer in the morning and then the workout, that transforms me to where whatever I kind of come into, it could be a patient who's in pain, it could be a staff member who doesn't show up, whatever the issue, it could be the whole compressor doesn't work. This is what happens. Literally, you can't even do the dentistry, that everything is shut down, that keeps my mind focused on, hey, there's always going to be a tomorrow. Like my dad would always say, just go back. Just get up and go back again the next day. So I would say that morning routine is what keeps my mind, body and spirit ready to attack whatever the day holds.
Yeah, I think that's such on key because for most high performers, one thing is set up a morning routine because then you kick off your day right with the good energy. You created something that you do with prayer. It's already message that you're connecting to the spiritual, to things that we have lack of control, but we can leverage on. And then you boost ourselves with the physical energy of getting that dopamine to your body by working out. And what's good about is you're talking about persistency and be able to have something over and over again. And it's something that we can actually see true result in a bigger picture. If we're just doing, let's say, workout for a few weeks, we're not really going to see significant changes. it takes at least a whole year or more to see the physical body change.
Completely agree. Absolutely. Like with Warren Buffett says, he reads 500 words a day. And he said that's kind of the same as a compounded interest of knowledge. You know, it's over a certain period of time with a certain amount of effort towards the same thing, then you now see an increase in that thing. Is this kind of what you deserve in life? You kind of, at times you get, you know, or what you put in, you know, so it's like a kind of a science if you think about it.
Yeah, it is, right? It's not, compounding interest is not just about money and penny and saving. It's really anything
exactly
we can do in life is all additive.
Yes, completely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so now we know how you handle stress on a daily basis. The next thing we wanted to talk about is looking at our life as a holistic view. Because when we're talking about life and work balance, it's not just those two factors. Work itself are career advancement, financial stability, and ultimately tie into your life purpose, your mission in life. Versus life, as we call it, are that physical health and fitness that we just mentioned, the mental well-being, and the social support we have built, the love and family relationship we so hold dear, and quality of life, that how we want to live, how we wanted to be presented with others, and our personal characteristics. We wanted to grow, how we wanted to show up as a person, and what qualities we wanted to hold dear. And all these compiled together, I created a 10-pillar life assessment. And Dr. Emdin was gracious enough to actually do the assessment himself. And the purpose of that assessment is for us to look at all the area of life that we actually been doing well on, and then we should be proud of ourselves on those areas. And then we can see which areas maybe we have unintentionally be lacking. And if we didn't reflect on it, how would we know? Now that we know, we can set new goals in life and to elevate all areas, because everything are so intertwined. All right. So now let's see Dr. Emdin's. Ta-da! So with your assessment, your best ones is your life mission, 9.7. And then the next best one is financial intelligence and quality of life, as well as your personal character and emotional well-being. The lowest is 7.9 of career achievement. Has any of this been surprising to you?
I would say, if anything, say the career achievement, let's say being at 7.9. But then when I thought about it now again, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can understand why. Because I'm always so hungry to, I guess, really achieve more. And I feel like I could always do more in that of the career. I could always become a better clinician, just a better dentist, period. And the second one, I think, is always, where did I see it? The health and fitness at 8.4. I would say this week it's all the way up. And this was because I saw that at 8.4 previously. But other from that, yeah, the rest is good. I know my life mission. I know I bother my wife about that every day. I know that's at a 9.7, if even not higher, 9.8, 9.9 for sure. But the rest of that looks really accurate. I really like the assessment.
Awesome. So can you tell us what is your life mission?
So life mission, I really want to be a vessel and help 10,000 kids between the ages of 12 to 16, normally on the south and the east side of that of the highways and that of Dallas, just to understand a lot more about financial literacy, understand a little bit more about self-confidence and self-value here and that of the United States of America.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Awesome. And have you planned it out exactly how you wanted to do that?
So Sabrina, unlike you, so for me, that's coming together. It seems yours is already kind of packaged, and you're really rolling that stone down the hill on that one. For me, I guess I'm still at that form of formulating it and making it very specific. I would say though too, there is also a little bit of fear. Reason being, I would say, because it's not what I studied my whole life. It's not like a tooth that I know I can go make better in a few hours. It's just, this is new. I don't want to, I think at times I don't want to fail, or I don't want to, fall short of that goal. But inside, oh man, I'm so ready, Sabrina, to go out there and really teach, coach, develop, empower, encourage these people with all my heart.
That's
For
wonderful. What I heard you saying is that actually building courage is something that you want to have more of, to be able to step outside that fear of saying, hey, I don't know anything about what I'm doing, but I have such a passion, I want to do it well. So when you give yourself such a high expectation of doing it well, sometimes that holds us back because the fear of unknown. However, if you trust yourself enough to say, self-confidence is not just the ability to do something well, but it's also self-love and the ability to learn how to create new things. So if we think about anything possible out there, we cannot possibly learn everything in the world to be the best at everything. However, we already achieved so much today, just like you. You've gone through schooling, you've gone through residency, you've gone through training, you have built so many great relationships with families that you're taking care of, your team, like you're saying, your teammates, your coworkers, FICO score, their credit score has elevated. So you have the ability to gel people together. So that type of learnable skill, that growth mindset, can be applied to any new adventures in life.
Wow. That's good. Sabrina, that's why this is very encouraging. No, it is. It is definitely coming together. I would definitely say with that, each day, learning new things, and I really can't wait now to really start sharing it. I'm taking a lot of notes from you and how you're doing your thing too as well with your program.
Glad you can be here. And before we end our session, I always like to ask our guests for you to share 3 words of who you want to be, what are the true core values you want to uphold to describe the best version of yourself for the next week. These words can be verbs, nouns, adjectives. So what are those 3 words and why you picked them?
Okay. It may change, but always definitely spiritual. I always want to make sure I'm connecting with that. Encourager. And the word now that sticks out is brave, being brave. And I think that's the word that's going to stick out the most going into that of next week. It can even be something as little as putting out a post with the life mission that's involved or packaged in it. Spiritual is always that same thing, just making sure I have that gratitude as to stuff I can't control or see or understand, that I'm acknowledging that that's there. And then encourager, that's always something, if there's anybody, I'm around anybody, I want them to leave knowing they feel encouraged or better about themselves after leaving us, me, than they did before they came and saw us, period. So I'll say those are the 3.
Awesome. Today. All right, that's a great 3 words. So let me summarize today's session. Dr. Emdin shared with us his passion of becoming a dentist really started when he was age 13, going to Africa with his mom, seeing there's such a need with dental care in the local community where his mom grew up. And throughout school, he had troubles, just like the rest of us, had a self-doubt due to multiple exams. You might not get the grade that you're hoping to get, but with his dad's support, with his mom's guidance, that he pushed through that. Just have another day. And he able to achieve this great career he has built. He owns his own dental clinic nearby Dallas. And what keep him on track on a daily basis is having a morning routine where he have morning prayers and then go exercise. And if he's not able to do it in the morning, he'll make that up later on the day, be able to keep up that consistency. And lastly, he shared with us his 3 words that hold to his true value, who he wants to be, are spiritual, encouragement, and be brave. So thank you so much for this session, and hope to see more of your sharing your tips with the rest of the community.
Yes, indeed. Thanks, Sabrina. I appreciate it so much.
Awesome. So for everyone else out there, again, this is Sabrina Rumbach. For any healthcare professionals who are looking for a core community of amazing professionals who come together to share insights and tips on how to be more productive, boost your energy, and create a balanced life, then join us on our private Facebook group, Xtraordinaire. And I will put a link down below. For anyone who wanted to learn self-care tips and want to follow my blog, you can search me by Sabrina Rumbach on Instagram or Facebook. Have a good day. Bye-bye, guys.
Hey, bye-bye. Thanks so much, Sabrina. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.